All right, guys, this is Emmett Stoneworth, the Alpha Builder. Today I want to talk about something, and as I build houses, and as I go through the process, things that happen during that process, it creates content. So in this case right here, I want to talk about change orders. Change orders. When I first got into this game, I used to hear a lot of builders talking about how much money they make off of change orders. I mean, and guys, to be honest with you, change orders to builders is a love-hate relationship. Well, what is a change order? Change order is anything that's not consistent with the original contract or plans. See, when you get a set of plans on a house, and guys, I suggest, your plans should also be part of your contract. And I usually have my homeowners to initial the working set of plans as well as when they sign the contract. And I enter the plans into my contract as an exhibit or an addendum, mainly an exhibit. And it's going to be part of the contract. Now, guys, if you look at a set of blueprints, they call them blueprints. If you look at a set of plans, there's a lot of information that's detailed. Sometimes we don't pay attention to it. But if you look at a set of plans, everything in those plans, every line, every number, in most cases means something on those plans. That's why as a builder, when you actually quoting these plans, you got to make sure you understand how to read those plans and understand what every last one of those lines is made on those plans mean. And, you can make suggestions on the front end, but make sure as much detail as possible are in those plans based on your specifications as a builder. Try to put as much as you can. Now, we can talk about specification, but that's going to be a whole nother story. When you're creating a contract, specification, that's a whole big key. That helps keep you out of a lot of stuff because specifications pretty much explain everything that you're going to do in that house. And then that way there is no confusion between the builder and the homeowner as to what's going to get done and how it's going to get done. Or the Q&A, the quality assurance. So, that's why in a lot of cases, you're going to have change orders because in most cases, the homeowners didn't see the specifications or they didn't understand the plan. So they thought they were going to get this and you didn't quote that as a builder. And then you had to explain to it, well, you thought it was this, but it's actually this. Because they don't build houses every day. You got to understand from the homeowner's point of view, they don't build houses every day. So they don't really understand all the things that's entailed in building a house and how things are going to shake out because we just don't do it every day, homeowners. So you got to look at it from their side. But now, I'm just going to tell you why. In most cases, custom builders, once again, guys, custom builders is someone who comes in, the homeowner hires them to come in and build that house. They probably already purchased the land and then the custom builder just go in there and build a house. And it depends on what kind of contract you have too, guys. If you have a guaranteed maximum price on a contract, then, builders in most cases are going to have a hate relationship with those change orders. Even if you have a cost plus, it could be a cost plus percentage or cost plus an amount. Builders are not going to care too much for that. Now, cost plus percentage, the builder's getting paid every time you make a change order because typically it's going to cost more money, so the builder's getting paid. But if you have just a cost plus and there's no percentage involved and you're just getting a set fee, builders don't like that because now, in most cases, when you do a change order, you're going to be there longer. You're going to work that job site longer. It's going to take you more supervision. It's going to take you more details, etc. So there is a love-hate relationship with change orders. Now, The love side is if you do them right, you can make a lot of money. I've seen builders damn near make a third of the profit of a house just on change orders. But you got to understand something. Number one, most change orders are going to slow you down. And the reason they're going to slow you down, even if you catch them in time and make the adjustment, they're still going to slow you down because in most cases, you're going to have to sit down and calculate. If you're a custom builder, now you got to calculate what it's going to cost to do that job. You know, a lot of homeowners don't understand that. You know, they just see what the cost is to do this. And every this, and this is going to take more time for me to sit down and figure out what it's going to cost. See, a lot of homeowners can look at, well, I just want to move this light switch over here. You don't know what's involved behind the walls just to make that one little small adjustment. And then have your subcontractors that come out there and they have to move this right here. There may be a code thing that's involved in the reason that one little switch is right there. Now you got, as a builder, you got to figure this stuff out. You got to make sure that there are no code issues and things like that. And then you got to make sure it gets done. Then you got to put a fee on it. It becomes a headache for a builder, especially if you're a one-man custom builder, which is, guys, like I said, guys, those days are gone. Those days are far and they're numbered. If you're trying to get out here and be that builder, you're not going to make it. You got to have a whole team. You got to have people involved helping you out. And the reason that a lot of custom builders, I'm hitting on the reason why a lot of custom builders don't care too much for change orders is because, number one, they don't have the staff and they don't have processes and protocols set up to deal with change orders. Software is one thing that could really help you out with change orders. Software. And a lot of builders, I know a lot of builders, custom builders, they're not even using software. They're just out here, they got Excel, and they're trying to, you won't make it like that, guys. You got to get some building software, i.e. Octane. That's the software that we have going on here, guys. But Octane is going to be, you know, a lot of the stuff that I'm actually dealing with, we have actually came in and fine-tuned a lot of that stuff in that one software called Octane PM. So, guys, but if you don't have the software or you don't have the staff that can track these change orders, you can lose a lot of money. I mean, you can lose a lot of money. Because if you just move one thing, you got to move the sheetrock, you got to move the trim, you got to move this, the paint got to change. Everybody after that particular thing, just moving one little light switch, everything after that, you got to consider that. So yeah, one little light switch may really cost about $600 to actually change. And now you got to deal with showing that to the homeowner. And they're going to look at it and say, well, it's just a light switch. Why does it cost so much? Oh, you trying to get over on me. You trying to make a lot of money off of me. And this is when relationships can start to diminish. When those things happen and that homeowner start looking at that, now they're going to think that you just trying to get them. And you trying to make too much. Oh, you're already making too much money off of me. I just can't give you no more money. And this is what's going on, guys. So this is why this can be that's the hate part, guys. They're very difficult to do. Like I said, not having the software, not having people that can actually track those change orders and write them things up and get them to the homeowner, get them signed in time. And then you guys engage with the subcontractors every day, guys, every day on the front end that you're delayed. Every day is probably going to cost about a week on the back end. So a lot of builders, guys, I mean, change orders, like I said, now, if you can keep up with them, now most of the production guys got that figured out. Most production builders, they won't even entertain it. You get to a big major production builder, and the homeowner come in and say, hey, I want to change this, that, and the other, they're just not going to do it. And the thing about the production guys is they can do that because they have leverage. Chances are, because they're production builders, they own the land, they own everything. And the homeowner actually just come in at the end and buy the house from most of those production guys. If it gets to the point to where they have headaches with those homeowners and the homeowners want this change and that change and this, right, they'll just say, hey, look, we're not going to sell the house to you. You go buy another house over here. They can opt to do that. Custom builders can't do that. You just can't do that. So you have to have a good working relationship with that homeowner. That's why I suggest you guys, you got to always communicate, man. You got to go weekly. Don't no more than every 2 weeks. You got to meet those homeowners over on the site, man. You guys got to discuss these things. And you can let them know, hey, I'd rather just come in at the end. I'd rather just come in after we're done and do that. Let me finish this house and you find, and I'll send you some of my subcontractors to handle that right there part for you, if you can do that. But like I said, guys, you can really make really good money on the change orders if you do them right. If you have the staff, if you have the software to track those change orders, to make sure that you're charging correctly. And guys, you got to make sure you're just not beating those homeowners over the head with these fees now. And you need to explain that on the front end too. So when you do a contract, you need to say, hey, this is what my change orders. I mean, before I even look at it, this is what it's going to cost. You might have a $300 minimum. If I'm going to move this light switch from 3 inches to the left over here, it's going to start out at $300. And what that typically tries to, what you try to do as builders, I'm going to tell you what builders really try to do. And these guys, I'm talking to custom builders. They really want to, the reason you put these fees on these change orders is because you really want to discourage that. You really want to discourage homeowners wanting to do change orders because it slows you down. And then you miss things. And then you don't want to create a bad relationship with the homeowner because of these items, because they're going to think you're charging too much. And, so you think that a fee would discourage that. And in some cases it does. And in some cases it don't. Depends on who you're dealing with. Some homeowners, they could pay it. But it is what it is, guys. You gotta, if you're gonna do these change orders, guys, you can do really well on them. And I'm not gonna say I'm not the type of person that want to gouge homeowners and stuff like that. I don't care too much for a lot of change orders because I like to go ahead and finish up, get it done, finish up what I anticipate on doing, finish up. But make sure you charge for them. See, if you charge for them and you make sure you make a little money off of them, you don't feel so bad if things on the back end, if it takes a little longer or something like that. Make sure your service is being paid for. That's all. I thought I'd just put this out there because, guys, change orders, man, that could be a love-hate relationship. Like I said, you can make a whole lot of money on change orders. Or you can lose a whole lot of money. And guys, one way I've seen a lot of builders fail, I'm talking about lose their entire building business, and they can't even figure out how they lost it. Change orders. They weren't keeping up with them. When they get to the end of the project, they don't understand why they didn't get the profit that they got. But because they had a lot of change orders that ate into their profit, and they didn't track those change orders, and they didn't charge for them. So keep that in mind, guys. Once again, man, like, share, subscribe, man. If you guys want to see a house that's being built from the beginning to the end, you guys come over and join my members channel. We're actually going through a house, man. I'm going into more detail for people who want to get out here and use building as a side hustle. This would really, really help you in looking at certain things, guys. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Once again, you guys have a good one.